But welcome here to the Kula Cafe. My name is Rodney. Over here is a co-founder. This is Michael Mills. We are the founders of Conscious Youth Development and Service, and this is our monthly One Mic, One Soul here at the Kula Cafe. So everybody give a nice big round of applause. Clap it up, clap it up. Give some love. For those of you who don't know who we are Conscious Youth Development and Service, okay? And our mission is to create future leaders and a more conscious youth through holistic interventions. And we're trying to help you focus and balance the body, the mind, and the soul. Because we're trying to prepare these kids so therefore that what we see today is not gonna be our tomorrow. And by going within yourself, learning how to properly treat your body by eating properly, getting physically active, understanding by what are you reading, what are you consuming in your mind mentally to help you perceive and act in a more positive manner, and ultimately helping out with the soul by teaching you things like mindfulness, going into your own heart, into your soul, understanding why you are the person that you are, really being able to observe your thoughts, your feelings, and emotions to make you release all the pain and continue to walk forward, more conscious, more aware, more present, making the society a better place. And we're just getting started. We had a summer program. We do open mics on a monthly basis. We're here in Asbury Park, also in Red Bank as well too. And we're just getting started right now. Me and Mike is us. We're trying to set up a team, and so far things are looking great. So let's get started. Another One Mic, One Soul here at the Kula Cafe. And first up on the mic, we have Jonathan Jaffe Joe, I hope I pronounced this right, Sheller. Is that right? Is that correct? Hopefully, everybody give him a nice big warm round of applause. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Yeah, you can hold the microphone if you want to.
Jotham Chanella, by the way.
Okay, my apologies, my apologies.
Jotham Chanella. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. First off, I'd like to say I'm nervous up here. This is my first open mic ever. So I want to thank everybody for coming out. Anybody here, this is your first time too, I'm here with you. Feel me? Second of all, I want to thank DJ Kool Herc. I want to thank Grandmaster Flash. Just for an African Bad Bada and the Zulu Nation for creating this thing called hip hop that changed my life for the better. Okay. Sitting watching television, mama in the kitchen, sis washing the dishes. 2-room apartment, dreaming of fine living. Noisy neighbors banging all on the ceiling. Children playing outside the strip live. Grown folks going to jobs to get by. Atkins Ave, drive past and I just laugh. Some great times that the kid had. Being bad, late nights playing knock knock Zoom. Have locked up, hope you get out soon. See the state is NJ in the place to tune. Where Denise had a son and told him shoot for the moon. Didn't understand when I was young up in my room. Playing with my action figures, but I find out soon. Ma, please don't worry, cause your seed done grew. Even if this concrete, this road still breaks through. Young and free, forever how I wanna be. Oh please, can you make this my eternity? Young and free, forever how I wanna be. Oh please, can you make this my eternity? Young and free, forever how I wanna be. Oh please, can you make this my eternity? Young and free, forever how I wanna be. Bad 16 on Myrtle Ave, smoking, squicking class every chance. No plans for the future, wasn't even a thought. I'm just trying to chill, stack bills, snatch me a thought. It's been a few years since I seen my pops. The OGs on the strip was as close as I got. It was Dipset and Henny cracking jokes non-stop. July 4th fireworks stopped the whole damn block. Word to mother, be warned, it's still a cruel summer. How many died? Can't count the number. Suffer but we shine at the same damn time. Late night Mr. Pizzas run long ass line. Yeah, it's all fine. Yeah, it's all good. Ain't no one died from around my hood, homie. Like that. Just like we should. Sorry, I couldn't say that last part. There was no cursing. Oh please, can you make this my eternity? Forever how I wanna be. Can you make this my eternity? Young and free, forever how I wanna be. Oh please, can you make this my eternity? Young and free, forever how I wanna be. Forever and ever, forever, forever, ever, forever, 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 ever. Thank y'all. I have a mixtape that just dropped on yesterday, Friday the 13th. Go to Real, DIREAL, Sky High. SoundCloud. Download it. Thank you.
So everybody, clap it up for Joffy Joe one more time. Give him some love. Give him some love. Young and free, forever my eternity. So that's my question for you. What does young and free, forever my eternity mean to you when you singing that song?
It's a mind state. It's being the person that you was before you let society's ills take over. The child that's inside of you. You gotta bring that out. That's the pure love inside of you, you feel me? So that's the mind state I'm coming with, young and free. Forever.
Yeah, man. Everybody give him some love, give him some love. I'd like to shout out to Kool Herc, some of the original MCs that was the essence of hip hop before all this pollution started happening today though. But everybody give him some love, man. That was good. Good start off to the show. Now we moving along. Everybody give a big shout out to Mike, the real deal Mills.
It's amazing to see so many people out here tonight, man. I like this. I like this. We got to keep this up during the warm-up, so. All right. I'm going to just give you guys a short poem that I read in a book real quick. It just resonated with me, so I'm going to let it resonate with you as well. The wind whistles in the bamboo, and the bamboo dances. When the wind stops, the bamboo grows still. A silver bird flies over an autumn lake. When it has passed, the lake service does not try to hold on to the image of the bird. So just let that resonate with you right quick. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm glad to be here. You all are so beautiful. Thank you for being here tonight. I'm just going to recite a little piece I wrote last night. It came from my heart. You know, I hope you guys can kind of vibe with me. I know everyone's been in love once or twice. You know, everyone can relate. All right. Only in my heart will I always find, but a piece of you I cannot deny. Through every feat we stood a test of time, and now I stand here wishing for a rewind. For what is dear upon my heart, I try to take hold of it in the dark. I missed an awakened dawn and wandering in wonder, royalties and splendor. I fell so deep I can't even retrieve you. Always needed you. You were a different kind of somebody. You kept me close. We were one, actually. I already miss you being here with me. I close my eyes and can't believe it. Through my tears, I still feel the vibration of your soul. So strong on my knees, I kneel. Through this desperation, I try to deal. I will still hold on, however, through our connection. Though our connection is astray, we will again find each other in the realm of forever. Thank you.
Don't go nowhere just yet, girl. Come back here real quick. Terrell, come back here. Yeah, you, yeah. Being that was a love poem, I was just curious, what sparked your spirit and your soul to write that poem, and what does it represent to you?
You know, it's just a matter of life, you know, and differences, and just learning how to reconnect. You know, it's just a matter of reconnection and being in harmony.
This is not mine, but this was posted by a friend of mine, and someone else wrote it, in fact. But it's really, I think what the writer is saying is really important, and is really for something for us to think about in the context of history and the world today. Okay. I woke this morning deeply disturbed by the news from Paris, but more amazed by the attention it received on social media. I understand Paris is a beloved and familiar space for a lot of people, but it troubled me that Beirut, a city my father grew up in, had received so little attention after the horrific bombings 2 days earlier. Worst of all, I found the understanding of the refugees crisis skewed and simplistic. If you've been following the journeys of the people leaving their homes around the world right now, perhaps you'll understand why the words Syrian refugee crisis are just as devastating as pray for Paris. It's time to pray for the humanity. It is time to make all places beloved. It is time to pray for the world. It is time for me to say that, let's go back into the summer. That's when I first started hearing about refugees fleeing Have you seen any of the places that they're fleeing from? And have you heard people say, why don't they just go back home? Because they ain't got no homes. Those buildings look like, for those of you who are old enough, Dresden after the bomb. So I'm talking about what it looked like in Europe after it was bombed during World War II. These people have no homes to go back to. But at the same time, and in the same spirit, there are people around the world who are being victimized, put out, made refugees, and we look at Paris. Now, don't get me wrong. A life lost is a life lost, and that's a sad and troubling thing. But we can't make what happened in Paris more important than what happened in Beirut or Syria or Asbury Park or anywhere else. As a journalist, I will say to you, you must learn how to read and interpret what you see. You cannot just take everything at first value. So the bottom line is be careful what you take away. You can read and look at anything you want to, but if you're looking at Fox News, please don't think you're getting the whole story. Please. Rupert Murdoch just brought National Geographic. So now he has a whole platform. National Geographic has been a huge publication for many, many years. So I'm just saying, be careful, young people, old people too, because all us ain't got it straight either. But please be careful about what you read, listen, and pay attention. Every life is precious and important. Okay, that's all. I'm done.
Next up on the stage is one of my favorites, especially for my young queens in the room. You need to listen very closely to this woman come up on the stage and sharing her soul with you. She's a very beautiful, smart, intelligent young lady with a lot of words to share through her poetry. Everybody, welcome to the stage, Nicole Fallis. I didn't say Nikki, girl. I didn't say Nikki. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
All right. I am going to share a new one that, well, I did it one other time in Red Bank, but you guys didn't hear it, so let's go. This was a reflection on, like, my sophomore year at college. I used to sneak off and go into the city and perform my poetry because I like performing around people that didn't know me. I felt like they couldn't judge me. So I never told my friends where I was going, but one night I did. So this is that. Sophomore year of college, I decided to show my friends where I've been sneaking off to Friday nights. A bus and a train ride later, we're standing in the middle of Lower East Side, face kissed by bright lights. The city, Nikki? What do you do out here alone? Hesitant, I wonder if I should sway them, just turn back and go home. No. I've been living with my roommate for 2 years now, and all she knows is my favorite scent. Space and opportunity, this is it. Come on, y'all, we have to walk a while before we get there. 10 minutes later, my roommate is running off at the mouth about the weather and her hair. Why did I bring her? I should have came alone. No, Nicole, that's wrong. Before we step through the doors, I try to give them the rundown. All too nervous, though, because I know poetry isn't their preferred style and sound. We sit. Drink in hand, first poet is up. My friends look interested, so I lean back, smile, and sip. A guy wrote a poem about the conversations he imagined his windows and front doors have with each other. My friend reaches over, that was clever, anxious to hear another. See, this isn't so bad, Nikki. Let them into your world. That thought came too soon. I found out after the next poet, as my friend called her, some hurt girl. My stomach sank. As my friends mocked this girl's poem, I began wishing my water was a real drink. Abandoned by her parents and molested by her uncle up until the day he tried to kill her. A lot of her story is sadly too familiar. I appreciate the strength it took her to write it down. The strength it took her to just be standing in front of that crowd. This is so typical. A black girl telling us about her pain. I bet she's going to end the poem by saying she created sunshine out of rain. Why couldn't she be more creative like that other guy? Yeah, I agree, not wine. I mean, like, she got through it. At least she didn't get raped. Every time they opened their mouth to downplay her struggle, I felt my own courage break. They didn't know it, but I signed up to perform that night. I wanted to share other parts of me with them, but their reaction to her didn't make me feel right. So I got up to go to the bathroom and cross my name off that list. During the intermission, I casually said, "We can go, guys. We don't have to sit through all this." They jumped at the opportunity to go back to school. Trying to let me know that they enjoyed themselves, everyone chimed in talking about how most of the poetry was cool. I stayed silent. After that night, I decided sharing my past with that group of friends wasn't best. I've been learning lately that that night was an internal test. Still until this day, most of my friends don't know my most intimate struggles. Up until about 2 years ago, being the real me and being the acceptable me for them was a constant juggle. 2 years ago, I began rewriting my name on lists to tell the story I was ashamed to tell that night in the city. The story of little old me. I listen to a poet named Miles Hodges frequently. My favorite line of his is, "The truth is, I've been afraid to tell the other side of the story of the engine behind all this." It resonates because I've still only been telling pieces of my puzzle. The more time I spend with myself, I find skeletons with a story muzzled. Not bad skeletons, just pieces of my bones that need to get stretched. Pieces that need to be worked out. Toward that goal, I step. And I stop.
Well, you came to the right place to share your soul, girl, because it's out here. We're going to accept you for who you are. But everybody give a nice warm round of applause for Nicole Fowler one more time. But I got a question for you, Nicole. I got a question. I always got some questions, though. Now that you're in this stage of your life, do you find it easier to recognize who to share your soul with and who not to?
I can say I recognize who to share. I share myself with everyone, just to be an open book. But I do recognize who you can go a step further with and actually let into your energy or give your energy to them. So, yeah, I've realized that it's a growing process. But you need to share yourself with everyone. So.
Thank you very much for that. It's beautiful. Beautiful. It is very true. God leave a little bit of crumbs to get to the big cookie, but sometimes we get a little excited. But I always say, share what's on your heart and your soul, not knowing some of this on a surface level, because that's who we truly are. In our society, we all walk around with a bunch of masks, and all we ever meet is the mask of somebody. But when you really meet somebody, you know their pains, their hurts, their joys, all those experiences really show the character of that individual. And that's who I want to meet when I talk to you. My kids know I don't ask the high and by questions. Oh, nice shoes, where'd you go shopping at? I want to know what's in the depths of your soul to find out who you are. So thank you for that, girl. Moving along now, everybody welcome to the stage, Rich Quattrone. Clap it up, clap it up. Good brother of mine, fellow vegan and vegetarian.
But what really scares me about what happened last night, what's going on in Paris, is that we don't have a clue why it's happening. That's what bothers me. Because you can't solve a problem. You know, it's like the metaphor of cancer. You know, you can have a tumor, and the doctor will come in and say, oh, you have a tumor and you have cancer, so they operate and get rid of that tumor. And then you have another tumor, and they operate and get rid of that tumor. And then a year and a half later, they operate and get rid of another tumor. Until they address what's going on inside the body, which this is one of the things that happens here with Rodney and Michael. They do such a great job with this. Until you address the issue holistically, until you look for the systemic causes of that cancer, you cannot cure that cancer. All you're going to keep doing is fighting violence with violence. Right. The violence of the cancer with the violence of the radiology or the chemotherapy. You know, violence against violence, against violence, against violence, and we all know where that leads. Dr. King told us, Gandhi told us, Jesus told us, every great man or woman has always told us this. So, but that's what scares me, because we don't have a clue why these madmen are running around and what has unleashed them. So that means we still don't understand what happened in Iraq, what happens in Palestine, what happened in Afghanistan. We still have not told the truth about what happened on 9/11. The ISIS people are destroying civilization because they are barbarians. But it was us who went in and destabilized the Middle East. We unleashed the Furies. We either directly created ISIS or had so much to do with the creation of ISIS. So who is responsible for the bombings in Paris? If you want to, when a doctor checks your cancer, he doesn't just look at the tumors. He wants to know what was happening 10 years ago. What's your life about? Where did this cancer start? Where did this cancer start? Where did that cancer start? And if there were more poets and more gatherings like this all over the country, we wouldn't have the administrations and the Congress that we have in Washington. We wouldn't have had the war in Iraq. Everybody would have been like Bernie Sanders and Barack Obama and opposed the invasion of Iraq. We need a raised consciousness. That's why we're here. That's the connection between us and Paris. Paris is the failure of poets. Because what passes for poetry in the establishment is a bunch of baloney. The MFAs and all that nonsense, you don't need an MFA to be a poet. You just have to have pain and courage and be blessed with some kind of language. You'll be able to write something that's honest. That's your MFA.
Everybody clapping up for Brother Rich one more time, man. And one thing I love about Rich is he's not afraid to speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? Some things might people walking on eggshells around, but I do believe there are some things that we all must hear. And whether you agree or disagree, go find out and try to prove him wrong in every single point, and I promise you, it will awaken your mind in that instance alone. There needs to be a shift in consciousness, okay? People need to awaken from within, because the pain you see on the outside, all of that war, all of that negativity is a reflection of the consciousness of what we have on the inside. And part of our mission as kids is we're trying to help kids reconnect with their own soul, to be still, to become aware of what's happening in each moment, and to be able to recognize what is inside their own mind. For they begin to purify themselves, removing all those negative attributes that are no longer serving them, helping them let go of the pain, for they could be a better citizen, a better child, and helping this future become a better place. So next up on the mic, I see we got a new queen up on stage. I hope she got some love and light to share with her. I think Brother Mike met her recently. Yep, Mike, that's why I say Mike the Mayor, always out here connecting with the folks. Everybody give a nice warm welcome and round of applause for Queen Mala. Is that correct? Yeah. Mala. See, man, my pronunciation, you know what I'm saying? I'm just working on. Queen Mala, clap it up.
I just got back into town. This is my home, you know, born and raised. I went to Asbury Park, Bangs Avenue School, middle school, high school, etc. And one of the things that I do primarily right now is I have an initiative called A Mother's Village of Women. And I started that out of my nonprofit organization called ONEMicONESoul6 Coalition. And one of the things that I'm doing is providing free or low-fee services to women and their families in terms of birth, pregnancy, helping them through nutrition, postpartum, antepartum. I am a certified doula. So I am really all for working with the woman, because she's bringing forth what? New life. So I need to start there and work with her. I provide a wealth of services, from education to resources. If that mother wants to have a home water birth like myself, I will help you set up your space. I will give you the tools that you need, how to get ready for your birth, how to work with your baby, breastfeeding, etc. You name it, I'm there. If I'm unable to do it, I will connect you with the right people to do so. But with that being said, I just wanted to share something, because I just wrote it tonight, right? Because based on the theme and what you all have going on here, I was in my zone. And, you know, and I get in my zone sometimes where I know the brother was talking about poetry or poets, and I believe everyone is a poet. Why? Because we all have a story to share. And so a poet is someone who shares what? Their story, their soul, what's inside of them. So each and every one of us in this room is a poet. If I spoke to you right now and said, who are you and how are you doing? You're a poet. You're going to manifest that through whatever medium or exchange of communication that you can do so. And so I believe that I'm a poet. So I got a little something that I wrote real quick. My hood, my community, my people, the struggle is real. zoning out mind, body, soul. Let's see what I have off the top, and this is what I'm saying. Know the ledge to feed the soul. The wisdom is the vehicle to fill the hole. This understanding is real. Seize the opportunity. Stop the scheming, the culture of nature. Love governs all, even the creatures. Powwow, the power of mind, body and soul features. Beauty to feel the awakening of self. Leave the rest to stay blessed. Less stress. You peep the test? I am the impress. Show forth the equality of life by sharing the wealth of consciousness. Now that's God building to bring about greatness, to born a better universe, wealth, Amala, mind flow. It was just something that came to me. Real quick, thank you. I want to leave you with this because it's important for me as a woman to speak to the hearts of the women and the girls. That's right, all my sisters, I love y'all, and I'm going to show you how to love is real quick. This is a demonstration, and I just would like one of the sisters, a young sister and an elder, if you could just come up here real quick. One of my Caldwells, come on up. Anybody, real quick. I'm not going to ask you to say nothing, I want you to stand with me real quick. I was listening to, I think it's called Black Girls Rock, and Michelle Obama was on there. And one of the things that she said was, you are enough. We are enough just the way you are. And I just want to say this, girls compete, women empower. All blessings to our sisters. When you teach a woman, you heal a nation. All power to our women. I love you. Thank you so much. All power to you. And that's it. And I'm going to say, listen, it's about us. And we have to learn to love one another. We're not to look down at one another. We are to love. See her for her beauty, not for whatever pain or whatever is on the surface. See her for her beauty and respect our elders. It starts here and it ends here. And so at the end of the day, we got to show love and support one another. Peace and love. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing.
That was beautiful, my sister. And I always say, man, as a man, how we try to put down these queens, but we all came from one source before we came onto this earth, and that was a woman. And that's one thing we must never, ever lose sight of, because without her, I don't even exist. So it's a blessing in disguise. And I got me a queen, so I'm thankful. Now I mean, my baby, you know. So moving along, man. It's a great open mic. Another wonderful, soulful session. Hope we enjoying ourselves. Another brother returning to the stage, always dropping some gems and dropping some jewels to nourish your mind. I want you to all give a nice warm welcome to Sunlight, the poet. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up.
This first poem I wrote, it comes out of my book that I'm producing now. It's called Flowers from Hell. And this poem is special, and it is a love poem, so, you know, take it, use it, enjoy it. It's called Missing and Loving You So Much. I truly miss and also wish for the gentleness of your kiss. If only you could hug me tight, you would whisper everything will be alright. It's at night that I sigh, my heart and my eyes cry. It feels like someone very close just died, 'cause deep inside I'm really lost. Can't find my way home, so I roam. Loneliness is all that I own, but I'm grateful for the beautiful memories in my mind, realizing it still denies me of your soft touch. Not meaning to be selfish, but baby, I'm missing and loving you so much. Thank you. I also have to address, and this is the reality of the situation, this is called The Poor and Ignored, and this goes out to my people on the west side. The poor and ignored. Poor and ignored, the sad reality, the formalities of very little salary, 0 calories, empty dinner plate, give or take, not safe to venture out in this neighborhood out late. If patience is a virtue, I guess I'm in for a long wait. Valleys of vacations, victimized hallucinations that there are peaceful sands. Do you mind if we give you our demands? Yes, financially, we are unable to obtain our own land. This is part of whose plan? And it pretty much goes with those born with a permanent tan, disregarded as American citizens. Second rate means you were called to dinner too late. Food gone, very little on your dinner plate. Second class is given a task. I know slavery was the past, but the relevance, it made people of color last. Does history repeat its past? Pantries have two hands. Salvation has an army. Votes casted in the wind. Well endowed, they won't pretend. Just smile with a grin. Behind closed doors lies their sin. That's thought. Why should they care if they never get caught? How many reasons why there are wars are fought? Realizing some of the wisest people were self-taught. These ideas make some people bored. They will never fathom the poor and ignored. Thank you so much. Sound like the poet.
This one was actually written like, I want to say like 3 days ago. I was having a really, really bad day. Locked myself in my room and I said, what am I going to do? And then I wrote how I felt. It's called Reflections. I'm all alone, but there's a stranger in my home. Whenever I confront this person, glass flies everywhere. I learn to walk through the house with a broom. I sit in my room designed as a tomb. Could I leave? Should I? Even if I go out to this road, I can't see the point. If loving alone is so perfect, why doesn't anybody do it? They say I have to better myself, but it seems that there's nothing I can do to improve. I'm bitter, chip on my shoulder, misconstrued as being rude. But I just want to get the stranger out of my house. Watches me as I brush my teeth and put my clothes on for work, smirks at my coworker who called me a jerk, and ducks the one I want, unknowing of my own worth. I can get rid of every mirror in the house, but that's a temporary solution. Doctor's medication's a coward resolution. Physical pills a means of escape, and suicide's lame, because all the pain it creates. I just want him to leave because I'm forgetting who I am. Well, was. He's already taken a grip on my life. Fake smiles and tears every night. I'm losing my friends, going nowhere in life. I used to be strong through the pain and the strife. Walk up to a girl and say, you're my wife. With so much charisma, she'd say I was right. Now I'm scared to let anybody in, because all they would see is the pain that I'm in. How badly I wish I could take off my skin or reset my world to try it again. I hate this stranger when I found out the truth. I say it was me. He said I am you.
Don't go nowhere just yet, Brother Terrence. I want to ask, because you said when you went into your room, you said you was in a down state, but how did that poem and writing that poetry help you in your own personal feelings at that time when you were going through it?
It was great to put it into words. I never really tried that. So
okay.
It
So
just
you do the music or?
Oh yeah, I would like play the piano. I would write like a song completely unrelated to what I was going through. I would probably go on Instagram, post a whole bunch of funny videos up, something to make me laugh, you know. But then I was just like, all right, that's not going to do it. I can play video games all day, but that's boring. So I just said, you know what, why not? I remembered being in Red Bank doing the poetry, and you guys was like, all right, that's nice. You guys, you should really start doing that again, and it actually made me feel good. So I had to stop by again for some therapy.
Yeah, man. Some soul session. That's what Nikki likes calling it, soul session, man. But it's true. You can't run from it forever. Eventually it's going to come to the light, but finding an outlet to express it properly, to make yourself heal internally from within. So moving along, we coming down to a close. We got one last performer, and this is a very good friend of mine. They say he kind of looks like me. I don't know where they get that from, but to my kids like, yo, you're a twin here. But it's not my twin. Everybody, welcome back up to the stage for the last performance of the night. Mike, the real deal, Mills. Clap it up, clap it up.
I was just talking with a friend not too long ago, and we were talking about me, myself, and I. Me is what you see. Me is Michael, right here in front of you. You know, what you see, what you know. Myself is what I think I am, but I'm still trying to discover that. The true essence of who I am. So this is called Who. Who? Who told you that you aren't good enough? Who said that you aren't smart, that your intellect is mediocre? Who showed you that your life won't be what you would have dreamed it to be? Who told you that everything's hard, there's ups and downs, and you need to just deal with it? Who said that you were black and ugly, that skin color matters? Who said that you were white privilege, that status is necessary and others need to suffer to get ahead? Who told you that you need to fit in, looked upon, and comply with society's norms? Who told you that you were worthless? Who taught you to go through the motions, get through the day, dwell on the pain of the past, and stress over the future? Who? Who said that you need to change to be accepted? Who taught you this substandard mindset that you carry with you right now? Who gave you this misery that eats away at you every single day and drives you to suicidal complacency? Who told you not to be you? Who told you that you are not perfect? It was me. That's who. No, not the person you see in front of you now, but the person that sits in your mind. Because there's nothing I can feed you that you don't accept. And there's nothing I can tell you that you didn't already believe. See, we say miseries from everything else when all actuality circles back to self. These self-inflicted wounds are the eve of destruction, the seeds of reproduction, the endless cycle of suffering. It was I. When we replace I with you, we find that all paths lead back to you. I is the beginning and the end, the best and worst friend. Do you love yourself as whole or do you love your flaws? We make mistakes and claim nobody can be perfect to justify the cause. All of our I ams and I am nots stem from our thoughts. We are storytellers of our own truth, and we are the main character. We are artists that paint perception of our reality. In reality, we travel further and further from pure essence and absolute truth, because we have yet to release all the labels society has put on you. Who are you? Who am I? I'm not what you see. What you see is what you see. Maybe it's best for us not to see. Thank you.
They say, know thyself is the first teaching that we should all go through. That was probably one of the deepest poems right there, you know what I'm saying? 2 causes of suffering, folks. Wrong thinking and forgetting who you truly are. And if you were really listening to the words that this brother was just speaking, beyond what you see in this physical form, there's a deeper essence of myself that we all must find on our own journey without and through our lives. And that's what we're trying to do with this open mic, with our nonprofit, with our programming, is to show these kids, not letting them be programmed by what society wants you to believe, but for you to find the truth by yourself. And that's the journey that we all must take walking on this earth. And we all must get back to remembering. I call it an ancient future, because we've been here before. A lot of us just forgotten all about that. So I thank you, Brother Mike. I thank all the beautiful souls who are here that left out early, that came to share the experience with us. I thank the Kula Cafe, Brother James, APTV, Karen Heyson, Dean's Natural Food Market, and everybody that's not here with us, because none of this would be possible without you people right here today. And I ask and I encourage you guys, when we come back next month for our 1-year anniversary, to invite your friends, your family, the kids around you, so they can enjoy this experience, because we got a lot of treats and a lot of goodies to share with you guys. But more importantly, like Brother Terrence said earlier, it's a way to heal ourselves. Whether you're speaking poetry or in the room just listening, it's an opportunity for you to reflect on your own self, to grow and become that king or that queen that we all have deep, buried within our soul. So before we close this night off, we got one last thing that we all got to do. For those my OGs in the room, they know the deal, but we got to take a group photo to capture these moments, capture these memories. I'm Ronnie Solomon.
I'm Michael Mills. We're at Kula Cafe,
And you're watching APTV.